I've been working on a Durango, the no-name national truck, and I've gotten to the point where I just need to get this thing together. So here's what I did last night. I decided to mount the valve covers, or mount the coils on the valve covers, which is no big deal. I will probably be changing that up, but for now I just want to get it running. So here's what we got. The coils have been rewired. There's a new wiring. The loom for the coils is attached to the fuel rail and clamped to where the connector is. The plug wires, I made these wires and I put heat protection on them. I just got to shrink wrap the ends, then they'll be completely protected. I just drilled holes in the valve cover and mounted the coil mount bracket there. So I'm happy with it. It's fine for now. Like I said, I might change it up later, but that's what we got. So another thing I did was I wrapped the headers. After wrapping these, I wrapped the main collector, tied it all in. I got some stainless steel clamps put on here. Some of the clamps I bought were a little small, so I couldn't really put the big wide band clamps on some of them. So some of them have like a hose clamp on them, which is, again, I just need to get this thing out the door. I want to drive. I want to enjoy it because I'm really, I really want to just finish this and get it on the road and make sure I work out all the bugs for the no-name nationals. So that's kind of where I'm at. What I also did was, since I couldn't find a serpentine belt an inch longer than what this engine had, which I think this is like 87.5 inches long, 6-groove belt. What I did was I took the tensioner, and they have a lock, like a dowel pin that goes in this bracket that positions that tensioner the way it, it positions the tensioner into the bracket, so it doesn't, so one, it clocks it in the correct direction to absorb load, okay? Two, it prevents it from moving on the bracket. So what I did was I drilled another hole next to it where that dowel is, and I clocked it towards the engine. So now, instead of getting a longer belt, I just used a stock belt, because remember, I had to raise the AC compressor. See that block in there? I had to raise that AC compressor to clear the intake manifold, and that's an LA intake manifold. So that's kind of where I'm at. The terminator harness, I have a pass-through I need to install on the firewall. Let's see, the harness for the terminator harness is going to be tucked up underneath here. You won't even see it. Obviously, you'll probably see some of this, but I'm going to do my best to hide some of the wires and protect them. Those fuel lines need to be heat wrapped. I got to get got a bunch of this stuff. This is the 1/2 inch, and I have some 1.5 inch here. Those will go on the fuel lines. I have one more header to wrap, and mount the coil on the other side, make the spark plug wires. I got a lot to do still, but it's getting there.